How is it already July? I don't know. I really don't. But we're here to pick my TBR for the month of July. I've actually revamped my little TBR jar here, and it has new and colorful prompts that I'm so excited to get started with. I think I'm gonna have a new rule. Hear ye, hear ye. Everyone listen. If you want to be included in the TBR videos, leave a prompt recommendation down below. I did a post on my Instagram and on my YouTube asking for prompt suggestions, and I got a few responses, so they made it in here, and I put the username of the person who suggested them on each prompt. But if you would like to be included and suggest a prompt, please drop one in the comment of literally any of my TBR videos. I promise you I look at my comments all the time, so I will see it. This week I only have a few suggestions, so I have those and then all the prompts that I have suggested or came up with or looked on Pinterest for. We're gonna have the jar choose my reads for July as per usual. I just revamped it so it's nice and colorful and fun. As always, we're going to do just a little bit of ASMR. I'm going to say it though. I don't know if I finish my June TBR, and that will break my streak of 5 months. I got to get the streak back on track in July. We need to pick some books that I'm excited to read. Okay, so this one says a book with a one-word title. I also didn't say I'm really trying to prioritize my summer TBR, which conveniently at this angle, you can't really see. It's actually back there behind this cart, and I'm going to be consistently referring to it and try and get as many books from that TBR onto my July TBR. If you want to see specifically what's in my summer TBR, here's the video right here. So officially there are no books on my summer TBR with a one-word title. So we're going to move on to my TBR cart. No. Actually, no, that's 2 words. I'm actually going to switch you to this lip gloss because it's more comfortable to hold for me, and I feel like it makes the microphone a little bit more crispy. Calabasas by R.F. Kuang, not a book I was really thinking of reading in July. We also could do Fairy Tale, again, not a book I was thinking of reading in July. Riftborn, which I could do Nightshade, Babel, and that happens to kind of be it. So really none of the options that I was like really hoping for. I'm thinking maybe, oh my god, this is so reflective. I love it. I'm thinking maybe Babel. And here's why I'm thinking that. I literally don't know, actually. I'm thinking that because it's a paperback partially, and I feel like summer I just need to read a paperback. But also, I'm scared. Or if should I, Fairy Tale's really long though. I already am mad at myself for these prompts that I put in my jar. Okay, so low-key right now I'm between Babel and Riftborn. Okay, wait, I'm low-key leaning more towards Riftborn, sorry. Low-key gonna pick this because Babel is so giving like fall. It's at Oxford University, which I'm sorry, I can't read that in July. So we're gonna go with Riftborn by Greenwich and Lennox. This is the first book on my TBR. I have all 3 books that are related to this series that are currently out in indie published. So I have Riftborn, Dustbound, and The Ascended. So I could really get through this whole series sooner rather than later. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick up Riftborn as the first book on the TBR, and we're gonna pick the next book. Okay, so this next I'm already hating these. The ones that I made are the ones that are the least fun, and the ones that I got comments for were the most fun. So I'm already hating the ones that I put in here because I am creative, but not with these apparently. Like I have the hardest time coming up with these. It says on a previous TBR. So actually it's gonna have to be something from before 2026 because all of the TBRs that I had this year I finished, like I said, my 5-month streak. So it's gonna have to be something from before 2026, which means I need to pull out my laptop and look at previous TBR videos to see kind of what the vibe is, where I could go with this, because I really don't know. I have my trusty laptop here and we're gonna go and look through all of my previous TBRs. Okay, let's look at my December TBR from this past year. Okay, I read all of those so far. Okay, that didn't work because all of the books that were on my December TBR I've already read or they're on my current TBR. Back to November. Back to November. Isn't that Back to October. That's a song. Okay, November is completed, so I can't do that. So in my online research, I figured out that my October TBR from 2025 has 1 book on there that I haven't completed. Do you see what book I'm pulling here? Do you see the torture that I'm about to have to endure. Fairy by Veronica Lanza. This is the only book I can find. I've gone back 8 months. I'm kind of stunned. I have no words. I have no words to speak. The second book on my TBR is absolutely massive. We have 2 huge fantasy books. We need to start trying to pull from that TBR over there. But unfortunately, the TBR jar does not want us to do that. They don't want us to do that, so we're just gonna keep moving. Okay, so that's 2 books down. We're really gonna ignore that. We're gonna manifest. I am going to get a prompt that applies to my summer TBR. I'm going to get a prompt that applies to my summer TBR. I am going to get a prompt that applies to my summer TBR. The next book in a series. Right. Okay, so actually I could... This is gonna be bad. I've completely ruined myself. Here are the options that I have for my summer TBR that could work for this prompt. We could either add Harvest Season by Brynn Weaver or Light Wielder by Rachel Snyder, which is the second book to Metal Slinger. That was the first book in this series. And this is quite a summary read, actually. And the only other option would be to pick Rites of the Starling, but that would mean I would have to reread Shield of Sparrows, which I want to do this month anyways. I kind of think I'm going to go with this because Harvest Season I want to save for like August, like end of August kind of summer, because it's still summer, but it makes me really want it to be fall. And I think that transitional time is going to be when I want to read this book. Now, this I really want to read during the summer because it's a very summery fantasy book. I can't believe this. I actually can't believe this. I have 3 huge fantasy books on my TBR now. And you know what? I have total control of this because I could be like, you know what? I decide that I'm not going to do my TBR jar this month. No, of course I don't. So Light Wielder is going to go on the TBR. You can't make this up. You really just can't. Like, my TBR jar is against me today. Not against me, because these are going to be 3 really good books. They weren't 3 really good books that I wanted to read back to back to back in 1 month. We don't always have a win. We don't always win, and that's okay. We're going to pick book number 4, and please let it be a book that is on my summer TBR. Like a fun romance or something. Like, ideally, I would have picked 6 books from that stack. But I can't. It's fine. Okay, this one's a long one. It states a word in the title that could be used to describe the night. I guess we could pick like Lady of Darkness, because darkness, night, that kind of makes sense. We could pick the Nightmare novellas because nightmares happen at night. Nightshade by Autumn Woods, but that's kind of a fall book. The way that none of these books on my summer TBR have anything to do with night, except for it would be really a stretch, but City of Gods and Monsters. Monsters could be in the night, I guess. Can I catch a break? I could say like Secret, One Secret Summer by R.S. Gray. Secret, night, secret, no, that really doesn't work. When the Moon Hatched, moon, darkness. I really, like Lady of Darkness kind of is the only, I think I have to do that one. Like not a single book. Not a single book for my summer TBR. You're joking, right? Lady of Darkness. Lady of Darkness is going on the TBR. I'm not like mad about reading these books. Like these are really good books. This is not the month I wanted to read them in though. You know, plans change. Plans change. I'm starting 2 series, finishing 1. You know, it's fine. Like, I literally have no words. I wish I could talk to you more about these books. I literally have no words. 4 books down, 2 prompts to go, and we only have fantasy books over 400 pages. Like, actually, I can't make this up. I was gonna have my sister choose my TBR this month, and then she, like, backed out at the last minute because she was like, I don't want to be on camera, and I was like, totally fine. But now, she's completely fucking me. Completely. This TBR is insane. All right, so we're gonna pick prompt number 5. Please let these 2 books be on my summer TBR. Maybe I should reverse psychology it. I don't want any of these books to come from my summer TBR. We're gonna shake her up a little to see if that helps me at all. Probably won't. We're gonna pick prompt number 5. Okay, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. Start an anticipated series. Not freaking out again, because the only series I really have on my TBR are fantasy. It's totally fine though. I went with one of the only series on my TBR, and I went with the summariest, shortest book I could find, which is The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. This is also a super summary fantasy book, so like I'm not super mad about it. It's just like another one, really. If you look at the map right in the front cover, like this is where the world is set, and so I can't imagine that this is going to be a bad vibe for the summer months. Like I'm actually excited about this one. Again, it's just like really another one, but it's totally fine. It's totally fine. We're gonna choose that. That was off my summer TBR, so we're making progress. I guess I have 2 books off of my summer TBR. The combination is what's freaking me out a little bit. We're gonna pick the last book on my July TBR, okay? The last one. the last one, okay? I need this to work out for me. I need it to work out for me. A moment of silence. Okay, I'm ready, I think. A book that matches your current outfit. So if you don't know, I'm currently wearing all black, well, black and gray. So we're gonna find a book that has black and gray on it. Fairy Tale really would have been like a perfect book for this, but it's like okay. It's totally fine. I'm not super stressed about it. I'm kind of stunned into silence. Once again, we could do Blood of Hercules. This has black and gray and gold, and I have gold accents, like accent pieces on my glasses and my earrings and my necklace. Like all of my jewelry is gold. This is a gold watch, white band. It has black and gray. This could be an option that I'm not super mad about. Fallen Gods, which is black and gold and a little bit of white gray, which is again a pretty good match, but I think I would probably rather go with Blood of Hercules just because of the vibes. Like this seems like a fun giggly, I'm gonna have a fun time with this because I know it's why choose from what I can remember. I'm not picking Babel. Like we're gonna go ahead and take that out of my brain. Like you can't make this up. And you know what? You could say, Reagan, you have full control over this. You totally could put these back, not tell us, and actually choose something different. And you know what? I'm gonna admit it. I've done that before. I've done that before in a TBR video. And right now I'm panicking. And do I want to redo this entire TBR video like so badly? Yes. Am I gonna do that? No, because I'm strong. And I want to read all these books. Like actually I really do. But in July, are we serious? I have fun romances on my TBR. My Friends by Frederick Bachman, not a romance, but like so summery. Wanted to read that so bad this month, and I still can. Like I do read typically 10 books a month, so I have like 4 books room kind of. In Her Own League by Liz Tom 40, Cleopatra and Frankenstein, One Secret Summer up there, and I get a stack of 400 plus page fantasy. And I'm so excited to read these fantasy books, but just all of them in July, like, oh my god. I'm a fantasy girl to my core. To my core, that's the genre I grew up reading. It's my favorite genre, I would say, but I am a seasonal reader, and I do like to read fun romances in the summer. And also, I'm just a girl, and I love fantasy, but holy shit. This, looking at it, overwhelming me instantly, but it's totally fine. It's still fine that I'm going to give you a recap and tell you all of the books that I am going to read this July, even though I'm scared in my heart. I'm scared. Am I being a little dramatic? Yeah, probably. It's really hot in here. My emotions are high. It's 75 degrees in my room and I'm sweating. I'm almost out of my Dunkin' Refresher, so that's another thing that's making me upset. So I'm going to reorganize and we're going to go over the books that I chose this month, okay? Not like I'm stressed at all. And after giving myself a minute to think and calm down and breathe, I'm actually not as scared. I'm a little bit scared, but I'm not as scared. For a book with a one-word title, we have Riftborn by Greenwich and Lennox. For a book on a previous TBR, we have Fairy Tale by Veronica Lansett. For the next book in a series, we have Lightfielder by Rachel Snyder. For a book with a word in the cover that describes the night, we have Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Rorick. For starting an anticipated series, we have The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. And for a book that matches my current outfit, I have Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Moss. Maybe it's possessed, maybe the straw is possessed. I'm gonna put it back though. In order to give me a better TBR, not better, I'm excited, but I'm scared. In order to give me a more diverse TBR, we'll say, how about you drop a comment down below and tell me what prompts you think I should put in here. Or if you want to torture me a little bit more, you can put more prompts in here that are torturous. So it's totally up to you actually. But I'm going to put this possessed evil jar back. She's back in her place. She does look beautiful next to all the summary books that she didn't let me have. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed. Again, drop a comment down below to let me know what prompts you think I should add to the jar. And I will put the prompt in there with your username attached to it. Check the description below to see the not so secret message for all the book besties if you would like to. I love you all. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you. I love you all. I'll see you next Sunday or next Wednesday. One of the two. Bye.